If you want to hear my update for my Pan That palette for 2020, then stick around. Hi there, it's Hélène, and I am super excited for this update to my Pan That palette because there is a lot of change in this little guy. If you have been following my Pan That palette using the Smashbox matte exposure for basically a year and a half now, you are going to be super excited, I hope. To me, this is popcorn worthy because there are 3 fundamental changes to this palette. So let's talk about these changes, I guess in order of how exciting to not exciting they are. I am going to start off by talking about this shadow in the palette. Now this is a shadow that I wear in my brows. I actually have it in my brows today, about 2/3 of the brows, and then something lighter for the inner third. And it is Sumatra, and Sumatra is a very good match to my eyebrow color, and so I decided to use it for the most part for my brows. I was using it a lot on the outer lid, and I've switched to this one, which is Blackberry, I think. Yeah, Blackberry. And so I have this one actually on my outer lid and outer crease. And if you are curious about what I have that is kind of icy blue on my eyes, I will put the first impressions video and the swatches video for the Kilowatt highlighting palette by Fenty Beauty. That is what is on my eyes over 2 palettes. This one and the chocolate gold palette from Too Faced. And from the chocolate gold, I didn't actually pick any of the blingy colors. I just picked the 2 neutrals, the kind of a creamy brown color and then medium brown color, just to give myself a base. But I also have this palette, which is the color Wheat, as a setting powder for my primer, basically on my eyes. So now you know pretty much what is on my eyes. So and on my brow. So that is for the brow. Now I also have 2 pans that are newly empty. This one and this one, but don't get too excited because I didn't actually pan them. I just moved them. I will show you some pictures of those 2 shadows. I didn't like the color of either one. One of them was too warm toned for me, which was Spice, and the other one was too coolish gray for me, which was Truffle, and I didn't like them. So what I ended up doing is I combined them and made a new shadow, I guess a Franken shadow, and it's this one right here. And so it is a brown that I can use that I don't have any brown like this anymore because I finished what I had in this palette. Now I just recreated one by combining this color and this color, and I'm super happy to have done that. And I've only used it once. I used it today, and I only used it the one time because I wanted to show you the repressed shadow. So that is what happened here. And for Sumatra, you will notice that I have really expanded the amount of side pan that I have here. And it's not because I actually like to create side pan. I'm not a big fan of it, but it was crumbling. So I'm going to try to get rid of this point here and give the shadow more stability overall. So that's the only reason why I'm trying to expand that side pan, is just to stop it from crumbling along, which makes the palette messy. And also just because I'm panning something doesn't mean I want to waste the product. Now for the one pan where I had a specific objective, and I did not only reach that objective, but get further than I expected. And it is in the color Wheat. This is what I use to set my eye primer every single time. And you will see a considerable amount of dip in the whole pan. And I don't concentrate my brush. It goes all the way from one end to the other of the pan. So this is extremely legit pan in this one. I I really enjoy the color. I'm not in a big hurry to finish it up. I think I have one more update before I decide to repress it. And then I will still have this shadow and this shadow that are still okay to set at least a portion of my lid, so I will be quite happy with that. And really, how much I use these three is going to dictate how long I still focus on this palette, because once I have none of the light shades available to me, it's going to be really less interesting to dip into this one. Although, I think that I would be able to maybe lighten this one up with and do another Franken shadow, but these two very dark ones, I don't think that I would come into this palette specifically for them. I think I would continue to use Sumatra, but the other two deep colors, unless I transfer them somehow into a smaller magnetic palette maybe, but other than that I probably wouldn't use them. So as far as panning purposes, I really think that I only have 5 of the 8. 5 of the 8 that I would, no, 6 actually, because Sumatra I would still use. And so my focus on this coming period is going to be to expand the pan in wheat, to continue to use Sumatra, to start using this Franken shadow, and maybe to make more use of these two colors back there. But I think that this one, and this one is a reasonable amount of focus, and anything else above that is going to be gravy. So now that you have heard my whole update and my plan for next period, how about we take a look at progress pictures, and then I will wrap it up at the end. Well, that is it. I hope you enjoyed the progress pictures and my whole 0.4 grams difference from one period to the next. I'm super happy. Each one of these eyeshadows is a gram each. So 0.4 means I used a half a shadow equivalent from this palette, which is super exciting to me. And a bigger increase, I think, than I've had at least in the last couple periods, I think. So that is just super. I'm totally thrilled with this update. Let me know what you think. I always appreciate knowing what you think of my progress and process in getting this palette finished. And I look forward to updating you next period, which will be somewhere between 1 and 2 months. And with that, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it every single time. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. But for now, take care.